most dangerous words in the English language aren't the ones spoken in anger. They aren't even the ones whispered in regret. They're 5 simple words that can quietly kill your future. I will do it tomorrow. You'll regret those words more than any mistake. And this is the story of a man who learned that lesson the hard way. His name was Daniel Price. He grew up in Milwaukee, in a working-class neighborhood where people lived by the rhythm of time clocks and double shifts. Daniel wasn't reckless. He wasn't lazy. He had dreams. Start a small business, travel, take care of his mom. But every time opportunity knocked, he told himself those 5 words. I'll do it tomorrow. At 16, he thought he had forever. At 25, he still thought so. But by 30, tomorrow had stolen more from him than failure ever did. Daniel drifted through his 20s. He worked warehouse jobs, paid bills, and told himself he'd figure it out someday. When a friend invited him to invest in a small startup, Daniel said, "I'll think about it tomorrow." That company sold 2 years later, and his friend bought a house. When his mom asked him to go back to school, he said, "I'll look into it tomorrow." 5 years later, tuition had doubled and opportunities had dried up. Tomorrow became his addiction, the quiet drug of delay. The moment came on his 31st birthday. Daniel sat alone in his apartment. Bills piled on the table. His cracked phone buzzed with pictures of old classmates. Weddings, babies, businesses, milestones. He looked in the mirror and saw the same kid who kept saying tomorrow, except now he had wrinkles around his eyes and regret in his chest. That night, he whispered to himself, "I can't keep waiting." The next morning, Daniel did something small. He made a list of every dream he had put off. Start a side hustle. Get in shape. Learn graphic design. Save money for mom's retirement. For the first time, he didn't write tomorrow at the top. He wrote today. Then he took one step. Just one. He jogged a single block. He opened a free online design course. He put $10 into a savings jar. It wasn't much, but it was movement. A month 1, Daniel jogged daily. He still gasped for air, but his body began to change. A month 3, he started freelancing designs online. His first client paid $25, barely gas money, but it was proof. A month 6, he cut out nights at the bar and put that money into his savings. His jar filled. His confidence did too. Year 1, he launched a small online store selling t-shirts with motivational quotes. The orders were slow but steady. Year 2, he balanced work, fitness, and side income. His mom smiled more. He smiled more. Tomorrow had stolen a decade, but today was giving him a life. At 33, Daniel stood on stage at a local entrepreneurship event. Not as a dreamer, not as a someday guy, but as someone sharing how he finally stopped waiting. He told the crowd, "The 5 words that almost ruined me were, I'll do it tomorrow. The 5 words that saved me were, I started it today." When he stepped off the stage, a teenager approached him and said, "Because of you, I'm starting now." Daniel smiled, because he knew he had broken the cycle. Daniel's story didn't end on that stage. His business grew, his health improved, his savings stacked, but more importantly, he became the man who never said tomorrow again. And every time someone asked him how he turned his life around, he gave them the same answer. One today is worth more than 1,000 tomorrows. So what's the point? Daniel didn't discover a secret formula. He just stopped saying the 5 words that kill dreams. Here's what you can take today. 1. Audit your tomorrows. Write down what you've been putting off. 2. Shrink it to 1 step. Don't wait to run a marathon. Walk a block. Write 1 page. 3. Replace the words. Every time you think, "I'll do it tomorrow," replace it with "I'll start today." So, friend, maybe you've been living on delay. Maybe tomorrow has stolen your time, your health, your future. But remember Daniel. Remember the man who almost lost everything to procrastination until he stopped saying 5 words. You'll regret, "I'll do it tomorrow" more than any mistake. So don't wait. If this story sparked something in you, hit like, Drop a comment about what you'll start today, and subscribe for more stories that remind you, today is all you have. Use it. There is a popular quote, often associated with Eleanor Roosevelt and famously used by Master Oogway in the movie Kung Fu Panda, that says, "Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift." That's why they call it the present.